Well, good morning, Mission Control. It is March 14th, and it decided to snow. It's below freezing out right now, about 28 degrees Fahrenheit, so not too bad. It's cool in here. I've got the turbo heater going. But today, we're going to take a break from the 3D printer, kind of do some shop cleanup and shop setup, and I just want to share with you those things that we're going to be doing. And one of the things I want to start off with is testing. See, I want to see. I have a Mr. Heater that was given to me by my dad, and I've had it since he passed away. I opened up the box and it had a huge mouse nest in it. Huge. It was disgusting. I got it all cleaned up and got some lube on it and stuff, some spots that needed it. And I got the parts to connect it to a 5-gallon tank. So I want to share with you this. First thing we're going to do today is see if we can get this thing back to life. If so, it'll probably be a temporary heater in here, or maybe a backup heater or an extra heater in the shop, because I actually have a combined air conditioner and heating unit that I'm excited to share with you guys coming, and that's going to be my primary heat and cooling source for in here. And the reason why you might be asking, it's nice if you're working out here to be warm for sure, but I can always just put on more clothes. The reason for it is behind me. This shop, the whole redo of the shop wasn't just to have a nice shop. The reason we did it right now is because of that guy. And it needs to be clean, protected, safe, of course. We want to control the humidity because 3D printing filament doesn't like humidity, but we also want to control the temperature. It is a heated bed. I got the enclosure with the 3D printer to help with maintaining heat. But when you're printing plastics, like what we're going to be doing, if your heat changes significantly around the 3D printer, your prints will fail. If you're too hot outside, then the plastic will remain soft longer than it should, and you'll start getting warpage. If it is too cold, it will get brittle quickly and not adhere as well as it should. So it really has a sweet spot, and that's one of the reasons we have a heater. Anyway. And that's why we did all this, is to protect that thing so that we can do prints, because we have a lot of printing to do. You can check out previous videos that I've done to explain why, but there's a catch up for all the new subscribers. Speaking of new subscribers, if you guys are new, be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you want to support what you're seeing here, you can do so through Patreon. Let's get started with checking out the Mr. Heater thing and see if we can't bring it back to life. It's such a mess in here. That's part of the reason why I want to take today. I'm tired. I've been going nonstop for a long time. I want to take today, slow her down, kind of get organized for the week ahead. Check out that 3D print. That's pretty cool. Not bad. We still have some issues with the printer that we're going to be working on as far as its initial calibration. But today we're going to try to get caught up around here and make this shop even nicer than what it is. So let's see what we got here. So this is the hose that's going to go to our propane tank. And you have to have a little adapter. I'm going to put the link for these down in, I already got it all set up. Down in the description so you can find them if you have this. Get this all set up. This is so great being able to come over here and just grab, those look like 3 5/8 maybe, huh? Oh, that one's missing this thing there. Oh, it's bigger than 5/8. It's 11/16. Okay, let's go back where they are. Love that. All right. Oh, I love those. Those lights are beautiful. All right, so this whole thing was filled with a mouse nest, and it was disgusting. So I've had it out now for quite a few days, letting it air out. It was just disgusting. I wouldn't say that lightly. You don't need to revoke my man card because it was gross. Okay. So now, I think that thing is still really on there. There's a switch inside of there. I think the igniter switch, and it is still really tight. Put some lubricant on it, but it doesn't seem to be making a difference. So, oh, I should have done this the other way. Okay. Oh, I should have put the nipple in first. So this is the adapter going into the heater itself. What we're not going to do is mount it right now. And we're going to get it going out here, just in case something bad happened on the inside of it. All right, I think I got it figured out. Here we go. Hold down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go, pilot light. Hold down for another 30 seconds, which I don't need to do. And then I'm supposed to be able to slowly start turning this thing up. Hey, we got flamage. All right, so that's the test. Propane off. All right, now what we're gonna do is put the frame back on this thing, enclose it, and let it run out here for a while before we move it into the shop and see how it does in there. You can hear I've got the big heater going, but I don't really want to keep using that because it uses up my diesel really quickly. You pay for BTUs no matter what. I think a neat thing about propane like this is you can switch it to natural gas. I think you have to bore out the hole. You have to make it a little bit bigger, but there's a way you can do it. It's not, of course, sanctioned by the World Awesomeness, but for those that aren't worried about World Awesomeness sanctioning, you can actually convert propane to natural gas. And we have a digester. So if we get that thing operational again, we could actually be running something like this off of the digester. So that's very exciting. Let's do another test here, but I want to set it up differently somehow. Maybe right here. Something like that. That looks like it'll work. The gas back on. Gas is on. Light pilot. 3, 4, 5. Pilot's on. Oop, pilot's out. Pilot's back on. There we go. Let's crank up the heat. There we go. That's so pretty. It's so pretty. It stinks. Another reason I want to burn it out here is get all that crap stuff out of there before I put it in a confined space. Just burn it out. So let's see, crank it up. It's not even all the way up yet. There we go. We're burning. Oh, it feels so good. My hands are turning purple, guys. It's like one 5-gallon tank of propane has like 450 some odd thousand BTU potentials, depending on how you burn it, how efficient everything is. And I think this thing's like a 10,000 BTU per hour. So you could run this thing for, what, 40 hours or something on that one tank, roughly. Is that right? Yeah, 100 hours. You can run it for 100 hours on this one tank. So doing math in public or on YouTube is something I do not recommend, and I don't like doing. I'm one of those guys that has to think about math. Oh, it does stink though. Something fierce. You guys, if only I could translate smell to you. There's nothing like the smell of burning mouse pee and poop in the morning. Really makes you feel good about yourself. But that warmth is certainly a nice thing. Now I will say this, propane is not a great solution for heating in there because it does give off moisture. And our 3D printing filament, it doesn't like getting moisture, so kind of fighting two different angles here. That's why I got that other solution coming. I'm excited about that to share it with you, so stay tuned. But so I went to my local Martian hardware store and didn't get enough pieces, so let's go back and get more pieces. All right, just back from my hardware store, which if you haven't figured out is just in the shop there. And we're gonna do a little mounting here. I drilled 2 holes and we're just gonna temporarily, if everything works, just temporarily mount this thing here and give it a whirl. This is just temporary. So here's my thinking is I just want to test this thing out. How quickly does it heat up the room? How much stink? This is, by the way, this is a vent-free, for those wondering. It is built for this purpose. I am not using it in a way that the manufacturer did not intend. Tighten these up a little bit. This is not going anywhere. So it is meant to be indoors and burning indoors. Look at all that. Oh, it's just so nasty. So I've scraped this out and I still have more scraping that I could do. It could be scraping forever. This is what I'm scraping out of here. Isn't paint. It's leftover rodent feces and pee, urine. Oh, it's stinky. It's nasty. I feel really good about our mice situation up here, though. I mean, if I'm in the city, you know, I have real issues with disease and plague and stuff like that, especially in LA. Nothing like having the plague come back. But here, everything's pretty natural, you know. And I'd much rather deal with nature than people diseases. There we go. Good test there of our mounting solution. All right. Let's put that all back together and see how she works. All right, so here we go. Let's do another test. Gas is on. Turn it to pilot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pilot's going. Pilot's on. And we're lit. I don't really know if there's a 1, 2, 3, or 5 actual working here. It looks like it's on. It has a thermostat on it, so that must be what it is. It smells like propane, which is way better than what it smelled before. Everything is cool, so you see it's just been running for a little bit, obviously, but down here, nice and cool, no issues there. And now I got this whole thing, it's all portable, I can move it around. So let's move it into the shop. Sadly, I don't have a thermometer in here yet. I want to get one. I want to get an indoor-outdoor thermometer in there, maybe a little weather station. This is cute. Cute little thing. Okay, here we go. Just a luxury really to have this. I mean, necessity that we get heat out here, but for right now, I think this is a really nice temporary solution. I could even use this out at the site. You know, I got that huge heater out there, which heats that whole tent up in like a matter of seconds. But this is a little more controlled since it has a thermostat and everything on it. So that's just going to be nice having this here. Ooh, there's the warm spot. Okay, let's see what all we got to do today. Now that we got some heat, let's put some stuff away. All right. So some of the things we've decided to do, just go over the list. We're gonna install HAL. That's my supercomputer that I built that's been up at the house. I only have so many licenses with SolidWorks thanks to Go Engineer and their entrepreneur program. And one of those licenses is on HAL. And so he's gonna come out here and be here for a while and be on this network so that we can look at drawings, everything digitally out here, as well as it's gonna talk to the hyperdrive. Hal's going to talk to the hyperdrive, which I think we're going to call the 3D printer from now on, just because I really like that idea. Have R2 plug into the hyperdrive, see what's going on. But anyway, get closer to this. So we're going to move a shelf and get HAL installed out here. I bought a safety glasses holder just because my safety glasses were spread all over the place, so we're going to get that installed. I got a pen holder because I have pens all over the place, same reason. I could have 3D printed them, but you know what, time is time, and I just wanted to get organized quickly. Let's see here. We're going to install a mouse trap. You know, with the mouse hotel freaking village that we found in this thing. We have cats, but I think, and they're supposed to be doing their job, but I don't think they're doing a great job. So we're going to put the mouse trap that we had out in the hab, we're going to put that up out there and try to start killing some mice, and hopefully the chicken just eats them. That would be nice. We're going to hang up a Seahawk flag. We're going to clean out the shop here. I'm hoping that I can get to installing the door stops. We got a solution to, you know, we'll probably do that in another video. I'll come back to that, but it's the water door issue, so we'll do that in another video. So anyway, let's get Hal all set up, get this all cleaned up in here, and enjoy our nice warm heat, which this was at the bottom of the list, and we move it to the top because it's cold outside. So enough talky, let's get to work. And we can't have work without music. In a previous video, I think it was with Wrangler Star, I mentioned that when you put your screwdrivers out for everybody to see, sometimes they look really pathetic, like mine. So we're gonna fix that right now, because when I went to the store to get all the goodies that I needed in my most recent supply run, they had screwdrivers on sale. This whole set was on sale for 16 bucks. And yes. All right, next up on our to-do list is the mouse trap. Now, we're not just putting in any old mouse trap. This trap was sent to me during Hab 1, and I just kept it through the demo. This is by Good Nature. It's the A24 automatic mouse, rat, and anything that wants to stick its head up in there killer. What we're gonna do is we're gonna mount it right here. But sadly, the mounting device that goes right here that allows you to easily slide it on and off was lost in the Hab 1 demo. So it has some slots here that I'm going to take advantage of and see if we can't make it work. And then you put a little bit of bait on top of this thing, and I think I messed this up. I added a little bit of liquid because it had dried out since it's been sitting so long, and I added too much liquid, so it's a little swampy, and the whole thing's run off of CO2. It's pretty freaking cool when this thing starts working. We killed quite a few rodents out in the Hab when we were at the top of our game there with the microgreens. So what I'm hoping for here, we have two cats that are supposed to be barn cats that spend all their time up in the house eating food that somebody who's not me keeps buying them. And so they're really fat, but not because they eat a lot of mice. They do kill mice, which is at least one good thing about cats. I'm a dog person, but they're supposed to be helpful, those cats. I've yet to really see them be helpful. So if we kill a bunch of mice here, I'm hoping between the cats and the chicken that they're just gonna have a nice little buffet. But first we gotta get this thing on there. Killing mice is my business, and business is good. Oh, almost had it. We're gonna need one more. All right, let's go get that. If you get one of these, which they really do work, if the mice are there, this thing will get them. I don't know if this bait's gonna be any good anymore, but you need a little ramp for them to walk up to, and then they stick their little head up in there, and then whammo, they're dead. And what I did is I just mounted this thing way too freaking high for that to happen. So we need a ramp. I really just should lower it. You can also buy, well, you don't even need to buy it since it comes with it, but once this bait thing empties, you can actually just pop the top right out of it and make your own bait, which I understand a lot of people like to do. I'm not, oh man, now I put it down too low. Now the idea is they're coming from the bottom. I went from the top where the trigger is at there. And now, like I said, this is really soupy. I think I'm gonna make a big mess here. Yeah. I am. But it is what it is. There we go. The trap is set. It's been a while since I killed anything with it. I need to get a game camera, bring it out here and set it up. So we'll do that in a future video, just see if we're killing them. But we know the mice are here. You know, I just feel like there's something missing right here. The light's nice, but there's still something missing. I know. Been around for a long time. Now we're really starting to get things dialed in here. As far as the to-do list today, looks like we got her done. So got a few things on Amazon I'm going to buy. I need to get some holders for our fire extinguishers and mount those up in here. Got something in my eye and I have flushed it with water like 3 or 4 times and just cannot get it out of there. So I'm looking forward to getting in and getting a shower and just letting that water go through my eyes. I think I just got a bunch of dust in it, but or something in there. Anyway, those that have had it, you know, it's just a pain. So yeah, we got everything up. Things are really turning out nice, starting to, you know, get everything organized. I'm really happy with the holders that we got in here. Makes everything just a lot more pro feeling, you know, a lot more comfortable. Yeah, so good day's worth of work. Thanks everyone for following along. Hope you enjoyed this video, just kind of seeing what we're up to here. It's Saturday, so not a whole lot going on. I'm going to work on the 3D printer a little bit. I got some support calls in because I can't get the X access to home correctly, so they told me some things. I need to plug R2 in here and have them talk to the hyperdrive. I don't know why I love that saying so much. I just do. Anyway, so we'll get that going. Tell you all about that in a future video here. See how things are going with the 3D printer. And yeah, that's it. So don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram. If you'd like to support what we're doing, you can do so through Patreon. In the meantime, this is TheRealMartian. Out.